Yeah, I think we are quietly happy with the fourth. Actually, I always mention that it was almost a bit of relief to get fourth. You're never happy to not be on the podium, but it could have been worse. And we could have easily been. Brunel, they had a 100-mile lead at one stage, and they ended up behind us in fifth. So happy enough with the fourth, but gutted not to be on the podium, and just mixed feelings really about it all. So.
Do you feel like you're making sort of small gains on them all the time and will eventually get there, or are they just everyone just going a little bit faster and a little bit faster?
Yeah, I mean, we feel that there's one or two teams, maybe three teams, that had a really good preparation, and then there's a few guys that came in late into the game, and absolutely you're catching up. They start to plateau at some stage, and you learn off them, and you can catch up, and for sure we're seeing a bit of that now, and we're getting Matt Frey winning this leg, and they're a perfect example of that. And they came into the game late, and they're starting to find their stride. And 4 different winners after 4 legs, and we feel like we're catching up as well. Again, like they mention the AIS all the time, you can see the boats all the time really when you're close, and I think the next challenge is overtaking the guys. So even though it's close out there, for sure it's hard to overtake the guys, and you can match moves, and it's kind of easy to defend your lead really once you're in front. So yeah, it's close, but I think the points are reflecting the top boats, and we're just behind them, at this stage.
So what really happened on that last day? Did you think you were going to be able to pull something out of the bag going down the coast, or what?
I mean, we came down the coast, we got within 4 miles of the front three, which is close, and we can see them on AIS, and again, we're probably thinking we're not going to overtake these guys unless we try something. And we said to Charlie, well, normally when we're doing the Kawa race or we're doing the coastal, we go inside Tiri. So we gave it a nudge, and it didn't quite come off for us, but quite easily could have if that westerly had come in. And we believed we could overtake them, but it would have taken something special to do that.
Because from here, where we're looking at the real-time observations, you could see the westerly coming in, but it never really reached out to you guys. Were you watching that on the boat, or?
Yeah, I mean that was the plan. We were watching that for sure, and the one thing you've got is your little VHF, and you can hear the nowcasting and what's happening at Manukau heads and what's going on. And we thought it was worth a go, worth a shot, and we always knew we were going to gain. I think I chatted to you halfway through the leg and said, look, it's going to be close, at the finish. But again, it's just that next step of overtaking the guys is the hard one to do.
So we saw Matt Frey head off out to sea in the sort of dying stages of that leg, and looks like that opened the door for you. Did you see it that way or not?
When Matt Frey went offshore, for sure, we thought there was an opportunity. And I mean, when you take a risk like that, you in a way do open the door. Keeping it tight and sailing inside of each other is one thing, and then they took the risk, and then it paid off, and they got that lead, and they won the leg. So there's risks that you need to take to win the race, I think. And Ian Walker mentioned playing it pretty safe and just trying for podiums, and that's working for them at the moment. And maybe it's time to take a few risks.
Is that what you think will start happening now in the race, where guys start doing breakouts and just see what happens?
No, I don't yet. I don't think that'll happen yet. I think it's going to be a tight pack. This next leg, there's going to be a lot of boat speed come into it, a lot of driving, and a lot of going fast, and then also backing off and knowing when to back off and not break the boat. So I think people will be cautious in the next leg, and then when push comes to shove, you get these guys that are in third and they're a few points behind. They'll start taking risks in the second half of the race, I think.
Ian Walker made the comment that the routing was probably telling you where not to go. Were you seeing it that way or not?
Yeah, it was a funny old leg, and a lot of randomness, and Exactly. The routing, you can't follow the routing in the weather models, and it's your best guess, and those guys were doing it well, and they were keeping it tight, and it was the one break from Mapfre that did it for them in the end. So for sure there was a lot of randomness out there, and we felt hard done by coming out of Fiji there. I thought we handled it pretty well, and we got spat out in fourth, and that's where we finished. So I think that was the deciding moment, really.
So what's Will doing in that sort of situation? Is he sort of looking at the computer and then getting out his notes from last time, or what?
He's got notes like you wouldn't believe from everything he's done. He's the most well-prepared navigator I've ever seen, and he's all over it, and it's pretty cool to watch, actually. So he's got his weather models, he's got his theories, and then he's got all his history that he's awesome at his job. So it's he's down there toiling away, and it'll come good for us soon. You'll see.
Okay, thanks very much.